153 to 121. Light the beam, ladies and gentlemen. It is official. The Sacramento Kings are back. I kid you not. This building was rocking. It was trembling of excitement, and you gotta love it, y'all. So, like I said on Instagram, the link's in the bio in the description. You guys click on that, call into the show, and just voice your excitement because it's been 16 years since this team has been relevant. Tonight on national television, the Kings put on the show 153 points. And for a lot of people that were confused about that post about TD, he was done for the night, right? And he literally came back into the game to put up his 30-piece chicken nugget. So, he got that three-pointer at the end. He tried to get that layup to get an even 30, but he got swatted. But then he got that it was a three-point play. Was it a three-point shot? I forget what it was, but he came into the game and he got his 30 piece. So good for him. He came in, started for Keegan Murray in the second half, and he just lit it up tonight. I know a lot of people. I was here live, so I didn't see the telecast, but I heard that Kenny on TNT called him Terrence Harris. Which is why I put that caption on there, like put some respect on his name. His name is Terrence Davis. But yeah, TNT, man, they're just funny casuals. They're pure entertainment. You got to take it with a grain of salt, whatever they say. It's super fun though to have that national audience and just put on a show like that. I feel like the Kings always play well on national TV, and hopefully they flex some games this year for the Kings because it's always a good time. Now the question is, can the Kings actually rebound and win a couple games after this? I think they can. They're more than talented, so we'll see what happens there. I feel like it's always a letdown game after such a great game on national television, whether they win or lose, right? So this team has won 4 in a row. Lots of good content right now on Instagram, so you guys make sure you guys check that out. Also, the breakdown that I did yesterday on De'Aaron Fox, I literally stood up to like 5:30 in the morning doing that. So hope you guys appreciate that. It's getting okay traction. It's almost at 3,000 views, but I feel like it should be at 10,000 if we're being completely honest. So make sure you guys go watch it, smash that like button, and smash the like button here, man. But again, the link is in the description if you guys don't see it already. You guys can join the conversation right now. It's in there. I'm going to take a bunch of calls just from fans today. I know Vince and Tyson and Javi and everybody wants to call in, but this is about the fans today. So let's get them in right now. Let me see. Yes, sir, Tanvir. Light the beam, baby. Call in, brother. What a W. You got to love it, man. Let's go, Kings. Yes, sir, Mr. J. Ram. Buck 50 Express. Great news for you, Kings fans. James Welch. Yes, sir. TD underrated and underappreciated. Go ahead. You go. Go ahead. Go ahead. Love you in the commentary. Put us in a different light than the media has over the last several years. Appreciate you, brother. Brother Fabes. Six Man is back and here to stay. I agree with that. Bass says, yeah, but Leo, remember, Kenny Smith was on the Kings back in the days. He's still one of us. Yeah, that's a good point. He's still one of us, huh? Go ahead, man. Call in right now. The link is literally pinned to this conversation, I believe. Let me double check on that. But yes, Terrence Davis had a hell of a game today. Ben Simmons on the poor performance, too much of the casualness on our approach. That's what he said today. All I'm saying is trade Ben Simmons to the Kings already and just make everyone's life a lot easier. But yes, the link is in the bio. It's pinned, and make sure you guys like this video as well. You guys can definitely join the conversation right now, and I'll bring you guys on the screen. So I would love to hear what you guys have to say, man. I'm super encouraged from what I've seen. Kevin Huerter came into this game shooting 51.5% from beyond the arc on 7.5 attempts. 51.5, I believe, on 7.5 attempts. That's insane. That's insane production. He's making the argument right now, early in the year, that he's the best shooter in basketball. Obviously, when I say that, and not including Steph. Steph is just godly, right? I'm saying everybody but Steph. Like Steph don't count as our position anymore because Steph is a shooting god. So when we talk about shooting, he can't be included because he's just a cheat code. So outside of that, who is the best shooter thus far in the NBA? It's been Kevin Huerter. So yeah, yeah, smash that like button. Let's go, man. We should have at least 30 likes by now, bro. Come on. But yes, the link is in the bio. I double checked right now. Kevin Huerter, again, playing out of his mind tonight. He had 5 of 7 from beyond the arc. That is ridiculous. 19 points. He was a plus 40. Have you ever seen a plus minus that high? Someone gonna say, yeah, because Sabonis had a plus 44. Incredible. Bones was a plus 44 with 17 points, 7 assists, 7 rebounds. Didn't need that much today because it was just a blowout. De'Aaron Fox, 14 points, 9 assists, almost a double-double there, 4 rebounds. They didn't need that much from him as well. Just you gotta love the togetherness from this team right now. Harrison Barnes, 16 points. He was a plus 33. He played really well today. He really stood out. Trey Lyles, 12 points. Metu with 2. Akpala with 6. He came in at the end. Alex Len with 5. He had that nice dunk. Terrence Davis, obviously 31 off the bench. Dellavedova had 8 minutes tonight. Rashawn Holmes had 5 points. He had a 3-pointer, man. Shout out to my boy Rashawn Holmes, man, who's been stuck on the bench. I feel like he's going to have his moment this season where there's an injury or, someone gets sick or whatever the case may be. It happens every single year. And I know he's ready to step in when his number is called because Rashawn Holmes is that type of dude. So, Rashawn Holmes, stay ready. You're going to get a chance either way. I believe he knows that. And right now they're going with Metu, right, as the backup. Things change real fast. I'm not saying I don't want Metu to play because obviously I love Metu and I love his lob threat and his athleticism, right? Like, you love seeing it. Obviously, he's struggling from beyond the arc, but he does. I think he came into this game with 11 or 13 dunks in 93 minutes. So that's a very, very impressive stat there. So Metu has given the Kings that Brandon Clark, esque type of role for the Grizzlies. Metu has been that for the Kings. Obviously, he's not as a pogo stick. He's not as bouncy as a guy like Brandon Clark, but he's pretty bouncy himself. So, take that with a grain of salt. Metu has done his job so far ever since that Warriors game. Was it the Warriors game when he came into the game? He had a good game, then he had a bad game, then he just bounced back after that. So Metu has been very, very solid there. Keegan Murray, I think the report was, let me double check. Keegan Murray questionable with back soreness. So they called it back soreness. I don't know if there's been an update. The Sacramento Kings injury update. Yep, he will not return. So they called it back soreness. That's all we have from the Sacramento Kings communications team that sent us that. The Kings scored 153 points in tonight's win versus Brooklyn, tied for 5th most points in franchise history. It was also the 2nd most points in SAC era. The Kings had 154 points in the win versus Philadelphia on January 2nd of 1993. Wow. That was a few months before I was born. That's crazy. That's 29 years ago. That's 29 years ago, y'all. Sacramento Kings defeated Brooklyn by 32 points, their largest margin of victory since a 38-point victory at New York on March 3rd of 2015. This is just the 8th time over the last 10 seasons that the Kings have won by 30 points or more. Wow. The Kings ended tonight's win with 39 assists. That marks the most assists in the game for Sacramento since March 11th of 2004 when the team dished out 39 assists versus Dallas. It's just the 4th time the team has had 39 or more assists over the last 25 seasons. That's crazy. So lots of Lots of accomplishments tonight. Lots of accomplishments tonight for the Kings, yo. That's a good night for the Kings, right? Light the beam, yo. Light the beam. Midtown is a vibe tonight. Uh-oh. Be careful out there. I feel like this is the making feel like this making people not miss Tyrese. I didn't miss Tyrese the moment he left. I'm being completely honest with you. Well, I said that 1,000 times. Dropping dimes, most points by anyone since '93. A lot of high plus minus today. Absolutely, man. It's Terrence Harris. So again, they said that Kenny called him Terrence Harris today on the broadcast there. Dylan says, "Fate of the universe on the line. The Martians have the death beam pointed at Earth. You have to hit the shot. I want Terrence Davis." Wow, that's deep. That's a deep one there. I would not want Terrence Davis with the universe on the line. That's just me though. Easy dub. Clap, clap, Kings. Let's go. We need more TNT games, please, and thank you. Crowd was lit. What was crazy was that early in the game, I think it was the first quarter, where it looked empty in here, and then you look up again and it was full. So I don't know if people thought that the game had started at 7:30, because typically TNT games are at 7:30, but I thought that it was weird. I felt like even when I got here around 5:40ish, that the lines would be bigger, and they weren't. I went straight to Medici there. Obviously did a little pre-game, takeaways there. Make sure you guys check that out. And it's a great spot, as I said, to dine in, have some great food, have some great drinks before and after the game. And, it's just good people, man. Family owned. Danny, that's my guy, man, one of my close friends. And he really doesn't cheat people from a good experience. Like, he respects the business and he respects people's time when they go out and they eat at places. And his place is one of the best in town for sure. Like Medici Sacramento, top of the line food, top of the line ingredients, freshness as they can get. They're cooked at 900 degrees. I mean, it's fantastic food. So shout out to Medici Sacramento, as always, for being a great partner of this platform. The most unselfish team play this year I've seen since the good old days. Replaced Laker games with the Kings. Exactly. Nobody want to watch that. It was tied 40-40. Then Terrence Davis took over offensively and defensively. Kings won a 16-0 run. Shout out to the Zebra Club. Great place to watch a Kings game. Okay. Where's the Zebra Club? TNT Chuck said, let's replace all Laker games with the Kings games. LOL. They should. Davis, Barnes, Holmes, number 3 picks for Kevin Durant. Davion, Barnes, Holmes, led. That's not going to get it done, bro. That's not going to get it done. Richard Noble said, let's talk about what works need to add and remove to make this team better. Leo, I think we need some rim protection, maybe some solid 10 to 15 plus. 3 assists off the bench. Obviously, this team needs rim protection. They need more perimeter defense without question. I think we've talked about that every single time we're on here, right? We're always trying to improve this team. It feels good right now, obviously, to win these games. And beggars can't be choosers. You got to enjoy the ones that do come, because they haven't come in a long time. I mean, it's been 16 years since the Kings have had this type of success. So, enjoy these wins while you can, but also think about the future. Think about, a week from now, 2 weeks from now, and see how you can improve. Is money on the lines? Trying to make a trade? I don't think so, but I could be wrong. He still has his extension. I'm surprised they haven't given it to him. Whether you love or hate him, I'm somewhere in the middle with Monty McNair, but you got to extend him. Like, it would be counterintuitive to not extend him, especially when you gave Mike Brown a multi-year deal. Because if you don't extend him, you're doing the exact same thing you've done for the last 16 years, right? Of just terrible culture, doing things backwards. Monty hired Mike Brown. You got to let them, at least go 3 years together before you make a real assessment and a judgment on what you want to do. But right now, you got to roll with him, man. Like, He's made mistakes, but he's also made a lot of good stuff happen. He traded for Kevin. He traded for Domantas Sabonis. Traded for Terrence Davis, good role player. Signed Malik Monk, right? He butched the bogey situation, but it is what it is. Uh, but yes, someone that they can look at is maybe like a guy like Cam, Cam, and Mitchell Robinson from the Knicks. Maybe, I don't know. They just had a player conference or a player meeting, I think. So I would not want a guy like Julius Randle on this team, but a guy like Mitchell Robinson would fit in just nice, just perfect, right? If you guys haven't watched Black Panther, which was Black Panther Night tonight, one of the best movies I've watched in a long time. Like, Black Panther was just spectacular, and I love the fact that they integrated, our Mexican culture. I haven't seen that, especially from Marvel, and I feel like Mexican people don't have a superhero, right? Like, we have Nacho Libre, but that's about it. Nacho, but we needed something, and then going back to our roots of the Aztecs and the Mayans. That was just historical in so many ways, and I loved it, right? Like, I don't want to ruin it for y'all, but it was a great movie. They brought a lot of history into it, and it was just nice to see, because when I went to Cancun, I go to Cancun every year except this year, but I actually went to that place where they filmed it at, and I don't remember exactly what they read. Like, they didn't read my hands, because I don't believe in that, but they did some type of like a cultural thing, and I guess back then, like, I was like this Aztec warrior that like played like basketball. Like, the fact that they know nothing of me, and they depicted so many things that I love to do, that back in this weird universe that I did this, right? I was just like, wow. Like, I'll get all the artificial facts straight for you guys on the next show, but it was crazy to see, like, how much they knew about me. Like, it was almost scary. And again, I don't believe in that. Like, I don't believe in that superficial stuff. But it was just cool, because, again, like, the Spaniards colonized our people. Like, we're on Mexican soil, so take it for what it is. I just felt like Black Panther as a whole was just a great movie. A lot of historical stuff on both sides, right? With black people, with Mexican people, and I just love to see it, man. I really did. Basketball Zone, you deserve this. Man, appreciate you, big dog. Appreciate you, man. Again, we got 72 people watching. We should have 72 likes or 72 dislikes, man. I appreciate y'all as always. 7 out of 10. Not a great movie, but and worth watching. And the how can you say it's not a great movie, though? I mean, we've been asking for this in terms of my people, like, for a long time. I just felt like it hit home, for people that love history, like, that have studied history, whether in college or in high school. Like, it was important to bring that up, and the director, I believe, went to Sac State, if I'm not mistaken. So that's crazy, like, full circle. Right, it's incredible what they accomplished in this movie. And Vince out here throwing blasphemous things, saying it's 7 out of 10. Come on, bro, stop the madness. We're Native American soil too, yes sir. Right, so I say, Aztecs, Native. I obviously, you get what I'm saying there. Aztec Warrior basketball player. Yes, sir. Aztec Warrior basketball player, bro. It's crazy. Like, I gotta look that up and see where Maggie stored that thing. But it was wild. Like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It was wild, man. So, yes, I believe Vince had proposed a Cam and a Mitchell Robinson for a Harrison Barnes and somebody else, just to make the salaries work. But you know, that would improve the team. But right now, Harrison Barnes is playing well, right? I would look at a guy like Bojan Bogdanovic from the Pistons. I believe he could get traded on the 15th of January, so that's another guy that can stretch out the floor. You know, not a good defender, but also not a bad defender. So he's not a negative. As long as you're not a negative, I think you're fine. I think Kevin Huerter, again, he was phenomenal tonight, but he has a lot of defensive lapses as well. If you really look at his game, and especially off ball, he had made a three-pointer tonight. Obviously, it don't matter when you win 153 to 121, but he had a three-pointer tonight, and right after he gave up a three-pointer. So it's those mental breakdowns that you have to get over to become a better team. Right now, 7-6, 4-3 on home, 4 straight wins. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. But there's still a lot of room for improvement on this team. You know, Sabonis just sets up his teammates just beautifully. I mean, Kevin Huerter, I believe, was shooting above 80% off of Sabonis's screen assists. Like, every time he hooks him up with the DHO and he rises up for that, it's bang, bang, bang. Like, it's incredible how hot Kevin has been all year long, and just overall over 51% coming into this game. Let's double check and see what the number was. Yeah, 51.1%. But the crazy part is that Kevin's shooting 66.7, under 70% from the free throw line. That's mental, man. Like, he needs to be better. Now, he came into this game averaging 16.6 points a game. So he's been a very nice and, to me, very surprising addition. Like, he's a lot better than what I gave him credit for coming into the season, for sure. Like, and I love the fact that I was wrong about him. Like, I knew he was good, but I didn't think he was gonna be this good. Like, I really didn't. I don't think anybody saw a dude averaging 51% from beyond the arc on 7.5 attempts. That's incredible. That's historical. That's a historical pace. I don't know what the numbers are in terms of historical wise, but 51% from beyond the arc on 7.5 attempts, that's insane. That's insane. He had 19 points today. Again, Keegan Murray, he only played 12 minutes tonight with that back soreness. I haven't seen any other reports so far. The communications team hasn't really updated anything. Let me refresh it real fast to see if they have any updates. They don't. It's just a bunch of, historical stats from the Kings tonight. And that's it. Just an hour ago was just the he won't return. And that was with back soreness. Hopefully it's not anything serious, because this team needs Keegan Murray. Like, they truly need him. He's been very good for this team on so many levels, right? Again, I would love for you guys to call in and join the live conversation. If not, we can watch some of the film tonight from Golden One Sun. And then this hat, though, man. Shout out to Tequileros, man. One of my best friends, Edgar, just opened up his first brick and mortar in Stockton. They have the food truck in Lodi. Best tacos, period. I mean, you talk about the tequilero tacos with shrimp and cheese, A1. Like, if you're a taco person, like, you can't go wrong with tequileros. Like, they have over 20,000 followers on Instagram for a reason. I mean, those dudes can cook some good tacos. Shout out to them for sure, bro. Now, I'm not sponsored or anything like that, but like I said, one of my best friends. And if the food was shitty, I would tell you. But damn, those tacos are good, man. Those tacos are good. Shout out to Tequileros, man. We could really use a Mitchell Robinson, 100%. Kings need more national attention, more media love. Yes, sir, asked by Kevin Fernandez there. Everything was falling for the Kings tonight. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. And that's a good thing. Let's watch some of the highlights. We can watch him. Let me see. Let's go to House of Highlights. KD had 27 points tonight. It just felt like he was playing pickup basketball, where he showed up, he got his points. You felt no impact from him. He looked disengaged in so many ways. It was crazy to see that. But, it is what it is. And when your team is not good right now, the body language just tells it all, right? It was astounding to see him like that. Like, I've never seen KD so disengaged. Let's see. Here we go. So right off the bat, we saw KD come off of a pin down here. Great pass to Clax for the easy layup. Defensive breakdown by the Kings. 2-0. Then we see Kevin Huerter here. I think was it the three? Oh no, that was the pop up. Yep, that's nice. It's a good move there. You know, Harris is on the trade block, and people were sending me that in the DMs on Instagram, and I like the idea of Joe, but he's missed so much time the last few years, and just watching him today, he doesn't seem like he's in shape. His jumper is not falling. He looks a step slow. Kevin Huerter is twice the player he is. So if they trade for him, it would have to be like it's an issue because he makes a lot of money. I think he makes 16 to 18, somewhere in there. So it's not like well, let's just go make the deal. Does it make you better? In theory, it would. But right now, he's just not looking good. And then Sabonis was just pounding Clax. I mean, it was violent today. It was very abusive to see that. Like, Sabonis was just destroying Clax. I felt bad for him, man. Here we see him throw it into the post against KD. Sweet turnaround over HB. Chuck Ching. We see more stuff from KD. See this call, and I tweeted this out. I said, what other player in basketball gets this touch call? Like, I don't know. I can't think of anyone off the top of my head that gets like this little touch foul. Like, it's crazy. Like, he gets this every single game. Ooh, nice little split cut action there. And HB pops up for the three. I posted that on Instagram. Just miscommunication there by the defense. They went for the cut on De'Aaron, and this team just looks disengaged defensively. They look terrible. Here we go. De'Aaron Fox, full court, in transition, straight to the cup and one. Just no defense whatsoever. Keegan Murray for three. Brick. Harrison Barnes kicks it back out to Kevin for three. Splash down. Just good Kings basketball there. Here we see some good ball movement by the Nets for an open three by Royce O'Neal. The game is 24-16 at this point with 5 minutes left in the first. Then we see Sabonis once again spin a Rowney with the right hand. That was nice. We see point center, Ben Simmons here attacking the basket. Goes into Trey Lyles and Sabonis, and he gets a nice layup. See, I love this version of Ben Simmons. Obviously, we can't make much of anything tonight in terms of Ben Simmons or anybody else on the team because they look like shit. But Ben Simmons, in theory, would be a great acquisition for the Kings because all of his strengths is all of the Kings' weaknesses. So the Kings have zero rim protection, like zero. Like, teams know that they can easily take it to the cup. Ain't nobody going to swat anything there. Great pass. Look away. Bang, bang. To Hochi. X-Raptor there. Has a little ghost screen there. Pick and pop there with Malik Monk and De'Aaron Fox just doing his little dance at the buzzer. You know, doing Fox things. That's just what he does, man. He loves to hit those buzzer beaters. We go Terrence Davis, 38-37 at this point. Malik Monk, the beautiful, beautiful drop-off alley-oop pass to yours truly, Shemezi. And then we see him getting scored on right away by Seth Curry. I felt like Seth Curry today when I watched him play. Like, he's like that extremely skilled hooper you see at 24, but has zero elevation. Like, when he cross, he gets to the rack. And then if you don't bite on his pump fake, you're going to swat his shot because he has no lift. He doesn't have any length. He doesn't have any athleticism in terms of, like, supreme athletic, like NBA, like true athleticism. Obviously, he's athletic because he's in the league, but you know what I'm talking about? Like, and when guys aren't falling for his stuff, like, it's not hard to guard him. Like, it really isn't. And Terrence Davis here. We see a nice pass there by Malik Monk. Malik has been such a good playmaker off the bench for the Kings this year. Good defense there by Terrence Davis. He's running the floor. Sabonis finds him. Bang, bang for three. I mean, he just got fired, bro. The 10-0 run, the last 2 minutes there at this point. They were up by 10. TD gets the steal. See, look at Joe Harris' body language, bro. He turns it over. He's jogging back on defense. I mean, no effort whatsoever. That's the state of the Brooklyn Nets right now. They just don't care. They just don't care. Dominant is what we need in Sac. Jeremy Grant, 4 years, $85 million, $100 million range. That's a massive step up if the Kings can make that happen. I think he's in the perfect spot right now with the Blazers. I don't think he leaves, but 4 years, 85 to 100. That's not crazy. Like, that's not crazy to me. It's an overpay, but it's not crazy. He's a very good player. I was the biggest advocate for Jeremy Grant. To trade for him, like, that would have been a massive step for the Kings, but it didn't happen. Not too many people can really guard Sabonis, 100%. There ain't many people he can guard either, though, if we're being completely honest. The Nets need a true center. We out-rebounded them 50 to 35, and I talked about that. Like, the Kings are going to out-rebound them tonight. There's just no question about it. The Kings will have some money next year if Harrison Barnes gets off the books. I think they're projecting $26 million. I got to double check on that, but I think it's $26 million. Let's get back to the highlights real fast. We see just a quick crossover here from right to left from Davion Mitchell all the way to the cup. No shot. No rim protection here by Clax. That was easy. Davion has this extremely quick first step. Terrence Davis here. Shake and bake, kick out. I think Kevin Huerter has one of the best up fakes in basketball. Like, he gets away with that every single game. I mean, this dude creates so much space for himself. And just such a great patient play, man. Like, you got to love seeing this. That's definitely something that I got to add to my game. I feel like I rush. I'm a good shooter, but like I be rushing it too much sometimes. I just got to up fake that every single time. Pump fake. There he is again. Pump fake. Boom, boom. Space. Okay. Los vemos, hermano. That's my guy, William from Telemundo. Make sure you guys check out his segment at 11 p.m. tonight. Telemundo, Channel 33, I think. Here we go, Seth Curry. Nice alley-oop to Ben Simmons. Malik Monk. Oof. No foul called. KD on the other side stops, gets to a spot in the midi, and he hits that shot. That's classic KD right there. Here we see high pick and roll here between Fox and the Ox. And it works. I keep telling y'all guys, every single game, they might run like 5 pick and rolls, but they're successful every single time. Like, it's barbecue chicken, man. Like, they need to run more pick and roll with those two. At least high pick and roll that gets Fox going downhill. Great pass from Fox to TD for 3. At this point, they're just playing with him. Third quarter, 76-57. They came out just firing, man. Harrison Barnes, 4-3. HB did a good job on KD. I know he had 27, but HB did a good job tonight. Terrence Davis just wilding. I mean, he was looking like a, dare I say, Tracy McGrady type player tonight. But, I mean, that's just what he does. Like, he's a microwave scorer. He's going to give you a lift off the bench, and that's just his job. Like, don't expect this every single game. We talked about Trey Lyles, TD, like those type of guys where one night they're on, one night they're off. That's a story of a bench player. It's okay. Like, that's a good rotational player either way. Like, you're not going to get this every night from them. Like, you're just not. And that's to be expected, right? Like, we can't expect this from him every game. Joe Harris for 3. Bam. See, what did he finish tonight with? He finished with. Let me see what he finished with. Joe Harris finished with 1 of 5. That was his only 3-pointer. 4 points. Minus 37. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not. It's a hard trade to make. Like, is it the culture he's in? Is it just him and him not being in shape? Like, it's probably all of those things, but it's just a lot of money to take in right now. Like, it's a huge risk. TD here. Just great pass to Sabonis. I mean, Sabonis is just destroying these dudes. They're all too little for him. KD coming off a nice little flare, or nice little, what was that? A little curl in there. Great pass. Just, God, Sabonis and Herter is just, their chemistry is so good. Terrence Davis for 3. Bam. Man, he came back into the game again. As I said earlier, he literally came back to the game to get his 30-piece McChicken nugget. Like, it was crazy to see that, because we already had posted he was a player of the game, and he literally came back into the game. He was just like, bro, we know what you're doing, man. 17-5 run at this point with in the last 350 in the last 4 minutes, right? 168 at this point. Trey Lyles hitting threes, it's a wrap. 103. Did they score 153 tonight? That's insane. This is the fourth quarter, y'all. This is the third quarter, y'all. That's crazy. Like, can we skip to the end? 121-88. Malik Monk got into the action there. Here we go. Dunkathon. I want to see if TD scored the last 135. Are they going to show Rashawn's shot? They got Summers here. And one. And TD. Bam. 3-pointer. 31. He said, give him my 30-piece. Okay, 153, 121. Damn. That's a route. Man. That's insane. Kings are 2.5 games back from first place. Come on now. How'd that defense now? Kings could get a top 3 seed by December. Bet it. Uh-oh. He said, bet it. Okay, that's confidence. Again, shout out to Medici Sacramento for sponsoring this episode of the CK Podcast live from the Golden One Center, man. It was a good night tonight. Got to give the fans and this team a round of applause, because it was a good night tonight. Thank you guys for supporting as always. I had a lot of people go up to me today. Always love talking to y'all. So anytime I want to come in, man, 105. Halftime's probably best, I would say. But I'm very grateful for every single one of you guys, the whole CK family, everybody, man, who contributes to the platform. Thank you guys. Without you guys, none of this would be possible. And without the support, none of this would be possible. So, much love to all you guys. It was a good night tonight. Kings win. It's always a good night. The Kings are back, y'all. Kings are good, but they have a lot of room to improve. Like, they can be better if they make the right moves, And I'm just being honest. Like, the team will get better organically speaking, because the chemistry will get better with time, especially if they continue to hold each other accountable. But they're still a few moves away from being like a legit contender. I think right now, you can expect for sure playing. Like, that's a shoo-in. They're going to be a playing team, guaranteed. The question is, will it be a top 6 seed when it's all said and done, like a real playoff team? I can't answer that right now. Like, I really can't. I need to see more. Like, I need to see how they respond on Thursday when the Spurs come into town. Like, not a good team on paper, not a good team, period. But those are the type of games where they fall into those traps and they lose those games after a great game tonight on national television. They've done it all the time. So the tests are coming, and the true character of this team will show up soon. Like, it's super early right now. Again, I like the 25 game mark to really evaluate what this team's all about. But right now it's looking really good and really positive, and everybody feels good. And make sure you guys get your merch, man. The Sacramento Brow hats, the Say No to Tanking merch, like it's all there, man. I appreciate you guys. Again, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. This will be available on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.